Welcome back to the Demo Zone, where I talk about some indie game demos that I played recently. This time I've got two games with pretty striking styles, the roguelite FPS SULFUR and the Wild West gunslinger platformer Rose and Locket. You can try both of these games out right now on Steam for free, so go do that before you watch, after you watch, doesn't matter as long as you support these wonderful indie devs. First up, SULFUR. Like most roguelites, this one totally showed me who's boss for a good handful of runs. You definitely do not start out overpowered in any way, shape, or form, so you better hope your aim is good or that you get some decent items early on. But I think more important than your aim is your ability to not take damage. Maybe running into a room full of these dudes, guns blazing, isn't the best idea because it's really easy to get backed into a corner, fall off a ledge, etc. SULFUR reminds me a bit of an immersive sim, especially with all the different items you can combine to make wacky weapons or powerful potions. You can equip tons of different armor, clothes, and accessories too, and it's a bit of a shame that you can't actually see how crazy you look. Your main base of operations that you'll return to in between runs is this rundown church, and there are a few friendly faces waiting there to help you out. I didn't get into the enchantments at all, but you're gonna have a lot of build options between that and all of the item crafting that's possible. Maybe make a powerful pistol sniper, or a silenced shotgunner, or just exclusively use throwables and try not to blow yourself up in the process. I was only able to visit these lovely caves, but there's a big variety in the levels and biomes, and it's all done in this simple yet charming flat cel-shaded style, which is really what drew me to SULFUR in the first place. But it's the goblin shooting and the thrill of getting some good loot that kept me there for too many runs to count. Now onto Rose and Locket. This one takes place in the spirit realm called the Underwest and is actually pretty unconventional as far as platformers go. It uses these comic-style panels to emphasize certain parts of the world and to kind of help you visualize how your journey is progressing as you travel deeper into this dark yet beautiful place. I always love a cowboy Wild West theme, and this is a really cool twist on that. You have a revolver and some TNT. What more do you need? Rose and Locket tells the tale of a mother trying to free her daughter's spirit, which has been trapped inside of a locket. It's a twin-stick shooter, so it did take me a bit to get used to jumping around and aiming at the same time. Skill issue, I know, so forgive my gameplay clips sprinkled throughout here. Much like SULFUR, this is the kind of game where you need to move around a lot to avoid taking damage, especially during this boss fight. But sometimes you just want to stop and take in the view, and I think there's a nice balance of picturesque moments and action sequences. The Underwest is ruled by the 7 sins, and each one is represented by a different color. Red for wrath, green for gluttony, and so on. And you'll notice a link between emotion and color as you encounter different enemies in new areas. It's really all about the little details, the flashy little animations and comic-style sound effects, the voice acting and music, even the slightly grainy VHS effect over the whole thing. I did play a very early demo over a year ago at this point, and this version is so much more polished, grand, and spectacular in just about every way. But don't take my word for it. As always, I highly encourage you to try out these demos for yourself and give the games a wishlist if you like what you see. I love talking about demos on this channel, and I'm always on the lookout for new ones to try, so drop any suggestions that you have and feel free to check these out too.